Nate's Wild Ride.
And welcome to Nate's Wild Ridecast, where we talk all things Colorado with a little bit of an edge. If you're new here, the goal is to entertain, inform, maybe even get you a little bit enlightened. So buckle up, keep your arms and legs inside at all times, and enjoy the ride. Well, summer's on its way out. It's almost over, and we've had a great concert season here in Grand Junction. So on today's Wild Ride, we're going to revisit some of my favorite moments from, some of these shows that came to Grand Junction. Eve 6 came to town for Woofstock on Saturday, May 14th. So let's go ahead and revisit when I talked with Max Collins from Eve 6. The latest EP you guys put out is called Grim Value. I listened to it. I love it, first of all. But
thanks, man.
Can We Combine is the single. It's catchy as hell. It's funny. Tell me about the kind of idea behind that one, if you could.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a love song, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. I don't really write a lot of love songs, and I sort of think a lot of love songs aren't really love songs. They're more like advertising a version of the singer of the song to the world that they want to portray or something. I like the way Morrissey writes love songs because it's like visceral and dark and complicated and stuff like that.
Totally, yeah.
I think just so in the chorus, I'm just trying to survive this world. Every once in a while, there's something beautiful that reminds me that what I think of is true is just a screw and a structure too big to break. It's like having connection with a person basically be the thing that makes all of the bullshit kind of recede. And that's kind of what the song's about. And there's, humor in it and stuff too. Yeah. But I guess if I had to sum it up, that's what I'd say.
All right. I like it. That totally describes it. So, of course, you got the tour going on. What else is going on with Eve 6 these days?
Well, yeah, like you said, we're in the middle of this tour. It's been really fun. We have taken out, much to the chagrin of our booking agents, not a 90s band, another 90s band, but a self-described gay ska band and a communist comedian. So it's like this weird kind of variety show thing. And people are actually really into it.
Nice.
And that's been fun. I recently started writing an advice column for tech culture magazine called Input. That's been really fun.
Okay.
So I'm doing a bi-monthly column there. And if anyone wants to write in and ask the advice of an aging rocker, they can do that at eve6guy@inputmag.com.
Awesome.
And yeah, I'm working on a book too. Did a little book deal. Working on that. Not sure when it's going to come out, but those are sort of the projects. And then we have a full-length record coming out at some point this year. The record's done, artwork's done. It's just a matter of getting logistics together or whatever. But yeah, that's all our housekeeping.
Man, you can't see me, but I just threw my arms up in the air when I heard you putting out a new full-length record. That's awesome. That's killer. I'm so excited about that.
Thank you so much.
And, honestly, I'm not super, surprised that, the bands you have, the band and the comedian you have on this tour, just the more, like I said, I'm pretty familiar with Eve 6 over the years, and your lyrics and you on Twitter now and all this. I think it's lovely. I think it's a perfect fit.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's like shows used to be like this, too. That's the sort of ironic thing is bands like us get sort of pressured to do these package tours where it's all bands from the same milieu or whatever.
Yeah.
To move more tickets and all that. But, which we've done that stuff before. We'll probably do it again. But the ironic thing is that, in the 90s, shows used to be strange, and you used to have artists that maybe didn't make sense on paper, bands that didn't make sense on paper playing the same bill. So we're kind of hearkening back to that while at the same time eschewing the nostalgia thing,
Yeah, I love it. I want to hear from you. Tell me about some of your favorite concert experiences from this past summer in Grand Junction. Shoot us an app chat message on our 95 Rock app, or you can answer the question I posted last night on our 95 Rock Facebook page, and we're going to talk about them here in just a few. All right, keep it locked right here on 95 Rock. Taking a wild ride today back to kind of revisit our great concert season we had in Grand Junction this year. Talked to Max Collins from Eve 6 in preparation for their show back in May. We're going to hear from Art Alexakis, kind of revisit what we talked about when Everclear came back on June 10th. But got some Facebook comments regarding, this awesome concert season we had this last summer here in Grand Junction. Courtney said, I really enjoyed seeing As I Lay Dying with my brother and nephew. That show was July 14th at the Mesa Theater with Whitechapel. She said it was really great. I grew up with a lot of elitist metalhead peers who said time and time again that As I Lay Dying isn't true metal and they're not brutal enough, etc. I saw them when I was maybe 19 at the Mesa Theater and really enjoyed that show. Going to this year's show, I wasn't encumbered by anyone else's opinions. Screw what other people think. Trouble said, saw Steve Miller Band last week for my birthday at Red Rocks and went with my grandkids to Hailstorm. Hailstorm of the Pretty Reckless show was, of course, Sunday, August 7th. Another great show here in Grand Junction. Jordan also mentioned the Hailstorm show, and Jordan is the bass player of a very popular local band, Peach Street Revival. And I said, hey, I have an idea of who should open, that show next time Hailstorm plays in town. Wink, wink. So, hey, I have no control over that, but, fingers crossed. We're going to be revisiting my interview with Art Alexakis from Everclear here shortly, and I still want to hear from you, all right? Tell me some of your favorite concert experiences you had in Grand Junction this concert season, this past summer. Man, there's been so many great shows and more to come, all right? Shoot us an app chat message on our 95 Rock app, or go ahead and reply to my question that I posted on our 95 Rock Facebook page, all right? I want to hear from you, and we're going to talk about some more of these shows coming up. Keep it locked right here on 95. Taking a wild ride back to revisit some of the great moments in concert season this last summer here in Grand Junction. I was so fortunate to be able to talk to one of my heroes, Art Alexakis from Everclear. They played on June 10th, and, what do you say we revisit that interview? Once again, we are talking to Art Alexakis from Everclear. It is the man, Art Alexakis. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Really good. Now that you pronounce my name right, everybody. That doesn't happen very often.
I'm so happy. Alexakis. No, yeah, Alexakis.
Yeah, but
I know this.
Yeah, but people butcher it. But you know what? That's cool. Thanks for having me, dude.
Yeah, man, absolutely. This is a huge treat for me. As we were talking on the way up here, I'm a huge Everclear fan, and I found out today that you guys just re-released the first Everclear album. Originally came out in '93. We made it in '92, so it's 30 years. Okay, so that's technically 30 years old now. Yeah. That's World of Noise. There was most of the songs I'd heard because, I had all these like imports and things, from back in the day, and it sounds great, man. Tell me about the record a little bit, if you could.
Well, in 1982, I started Everclear. I just moved to Portland, Oregon from San Francisco with my then pregnant girlfriend, with our daughter Annabella, who was born in June. Actually, her birthday's in a couple weeks now. And we played in the clubs. We had a hard time getting gigs because we're all from other places, and it's kind of cliquey, and we didn't have friends in the other bands. And towards the end of the year, I was digging out a garden for extra money from a friend of my wife's from her work, or my girlfriend from her work. And there's this guy all these hipster-looking guys going into this basement next door, and I'm like, yeah, it's got to be a drug deal, right? At this point, I'm 2 years clean, and I'm like, that's a drug deal. And the guy came out, and he looked at me over the fence, and I waved at him, and he said, hey, you're that dude from that band Everclear, right? You play in the clubs. And I'm like, yeah. He goes, want to see my studio? I go, you got a studio? So he showed me the studio. It was 4-track, quarter inch, 8-track, super cheap, $10 an hour. I go, would you take anything in trade? He goes, I'm looking for a delay, and I'm looking for a reverb unit, and I got exactly that at home in a case. I just went home and got it and brought it back, and he wrote me out a thing, said, "Here's for 40 hours. I'll give you $400 in trade for it." And I'm like, and we recorded the whole record, sent it to South by Southwest, got accepted, made a bunch of tapes before we left town, sent them out to gigs, to venues, papers, all over the Northwest. By the time we got back from Texas, people were writing about it and talking about it, and we had like 25, 30 offers for shows in the Northwest. And that's what started it for us. And about a year after that, a little over a year after that, we got signed to Capitol. But we spent that whole year just playing and playing and touring and playing. And that's been the story. But, I thought I had lost all those tapes. I thought I lost the original tapes. Capitol had put out Spark One Pit when they signed us in 94, but they had mastered it not very well in my estimation, and it just sounded really thin and not good. But they only had a license on it, so I didn't renew their license in 99, so it's never been on digital platforms or anything like that, or vinyl, because at the time no one was making vinyl. Actually, we did make vinyl, but they only made like 200 pieces of vinyl back in 94. Anyways, long story short, I found the original tapes in storage about 4 months ago. I remastered them, and what you got now is the way the record should have sounded originally.
Very cool.
It sounds great.
Yeah, yes, it does. Yes, it does. It was such a treat listening to it and listening to the bonus material. And so I mentioned to you earlier, I'm a guitar player too. I'm a musician also, and I'm not blowing smoke. You're my favorite songwriter of all time. I mean, your lyrics, the melodies, and I just got to ask, as an Everclear fan, an Art Alexakis fan, how do you write a song? I mean, some of them are autobiographical, obviously. Some of them not so much.
About a third.
Okay.
About a third or less are like straight up autobiographical, and then about a third I take from different things in my life, but I'll take different things that happen or things that happen to other people, and I'll make, composites of characters and that aren't really me. But I like singing and writing from the first person, so it all sounds autobiographical and personal. And then a third of the songs I just come up with.
Okay.
And some of those are the most personal songs people freak out on. Heroin Girl.
Yeah.
Just came up with it. Song called Queen of the Air. I
know that one.
Yep. Yeah. I've had so many people apologize and say, "Man, sorry about your mom jumping off the bridge." I go,
right.
My mom didn't jump off a bridge.
How about Learning How to Smile, the trip to Vegas and throwing the keys inside the window?
Just wrote that song.
It's a beautiful song. It's one of my favorites.
It's one of my favorites too that I've written. Sure.
Very cool.
Yeah, we're gonna try and play it tonight. My voice can hold it, but it's a hard one.
Nice.
We'll try.
Still want to hear from you, man. If you got some great concert memories from this last concert season in Grand Junction, shoot us an app chat message on our 95 Rock app, or reply to the question I posted on our 95 Rock Facebook page, and we're going to go over some of those here in just a bit. All right, keep it locked right here on 95 Rock. Today, and kind of reflecting on our great concert season we had here, summer of 2022 in Grand Junction, man. Revisited my interview with Max Collins from Eve 6, as well as part of my interview with one of my heroes, Art Alexakis from Everclear. They played Las Colinas Amphitheater with Fastball and the Nixons on the June 10th, this last June 10th. And, I asked a question on Facebook and took your app chat messages on our 95 Rock app, and man, so many great shows came through Grand Junction this concert season. Ruby said that her favorite show that came through Grand Junction was ZZ Top. They were there June 14th at Las Colinas Amphitheater. Jazz said we were glad to see Ice Nine Kills and Black Veil Brides in Grand Junction. That show, yes, it was Black Veil Brides, Motionless in White, and Ice Nine Kills. That was at the Grand Junction Convention Center back in March 27th to be exact. Kayla said, I got to see my favorite band from when I was in high school, Black Veil Brides, which was surreal. She said, I also saw 311 with my boyfriend, and they were amazing. We're going to see Lamb of God in a month, which I'm super excited for as well. So 311 was back in June as well. That was June 5th at Las Colinas Amphitheater. Lamb of God still coming up. That's going to be at Las Colinas Amphitheater as well. It's going to be a huge show. with Motionless in White. They're back, as well as Kill Switch Engage. That is going to be happening October 2nd. And don't forget, October has another big show coming to Las Colonias Amphitheater. A Day to Remember are going to be in town October 16th. So we're going to have free tickets to give away for that show as well. So keep it locked right here on 95 Rock for your shot to go to that show and many more for free. Thanks again for all the Facebook messages, all of the app chat messages on our 95 Rock app today. Of course, you can always get a hold of us via our 95 Rock app. Just shoot us an app chat message. And if you want to revisit any of these shows and check out what all your friends say were their favorite shows of the 2022 concert season here in Grand Junction, find all that at the Nate Wilde page at 95rockfm.com.